Hello, welcome to the Art of the Oracle. Today is a 3-card pick a card reading, and since we're coming up on Monday to the full moon, I thought I would give you a little bit of time to kind of sit in these energies because this is a very intense full moon and it can bring about some passion, but some heat, some fire. It also could be very revealing. The full moon is typically a time when you're going to see something. Something could be illuminated. Either something that has been like a long-held secret within society or within your world, or it could be just some, I shouldn't say just, but an inner process that you've been working on, something that finally comes to light and you have more awareness around it. Now, this full moon is considered the flower full moon. And it's where, in my mind, when I think about a flower, I think of something that brings about a new fragrance. But I think that before it fully opens up, it holds everything close. So when the secrets are being revealed for you, it could take a little bit of time, just like a flower as it unfolds. Now I'm bringing out 3 tarot decks for you to choose from, and I've also brought out 3 crystals. The question that we're asking right now is, what are the energies for you at this time of the full moon? What is it? Is it passion? Is it intensity, fire? Is it secrets? Is it all of those things? What you're going to receive or what is available to you at the time of the full moon. So for pile number 1 and reading number 1, this is your tarot deck. And then we have pyrite. I'll let you see this a little closer. Really great. I decided to bring out all raw crystals today, which I'm really feeling the energy of that, like nothing really polished and smoothed over, something very raw and available. Because, raw crystals have many more sides and layers to them than polished. Like polished, you can hold, it's very different feel. And raw, you get a lot more sensory feelings as you're experiencing it, right? So that's what I feel like this full moon is about: the intensity, the passion, the secrets, like all kinds of stuff coming out. So for pile number 2 or reading number 2, you have kyanite, and I keep it here on this little shell because it is somewhat fragile. If you're familiar with kyanite, you don't want to move it around too much because of the layers, it does fall off. And then this is for reading number 3. And for this one, we have clear quartz. There you go. So take a look. You may find something in each one of the readings, or you may find that one is really screaming, that's the one for you. Anyway, whichever one that you decide is for you. I'm excited to be here, and you will see the timestamps below so you can go straight to your reading or watch all 3. And I would love to hear from you if you have an idea of something that you would love to see for another 3-card reading. Just leave it in the comments and we'll see if we can't do that for you. All right, so sit with the energy and I'll be right back. All right, welcome to your reading number 1. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the tarot cards. I usually bring those in at the very end, and we'll take a look at what you have been kind of drawn in by this, what seems like a cosmic rock, pyrite. It's very heavy, so it's very earthy, and kind of, because it feels very powerful, it is known to bring a sense of, like a strengthening sense of grounding into projects that you're in. So if you have something that you feel like is, like if you're too much up in your head and you really want to ground something down, pyrite is a good crystal to bring into the space. It can also be used for protection. So because it is more of a grounding, weighting crystal, and because of all of these different facets, it is said to be able to cleanse and detoxify and protect against any, like darker forces or attacks. It's really such a beautiful crystal. I'm thrilled to be able to bring this one out into the space right now. It really offers us a lot. So that could be the reason why you wanted this particular reading. So let's dive in and find out, like, what are the energies right now for you at this full moon on May 12th? What are the energies for reading number 1? So I get pretty spoiled because most of the time cards like to fly out for me, but I can see right now, this is part of like what I feel like the secrets are. So the cards are really reflective sometimes of that. Okay, so, this is very interesting. I was thinking that it was one, maybe 2 cards, and there's a whole grouping of cards. So let's see, and there's one hidden. So I'm going to bring this one out at the end of your reading because I feel like it's a secret to come out later. So the first card, very exciting for you. So this is around something that could be a balanced outcome. So if you have something going on and you're like, oh gosh, I just want it to come out well, this is a good sign that could, this is the scales here of Libra, meaning that if you've got some legal matters going on right now, you can expect there to be a fair outcome where it just feels like it works for everybody involved. Now, isn't that interesting? Because the next card coming out is a new start. So, of course, as you're finishing up something, and letting something go, what typically happens is that you've released something and it opens up a space for something new to come in. So this could mean that it's coming in now because of this balanced outcome and the releasing of something, or it could, because this is around the new moon, it could reflect something that is coming to you at the next. This is the full moon, so at the next new moon, which I believe I think there's another new moon at the end of the month. So, wow, your dreams need a practical plan, the full moon in Taurus. Now, we're looking at the full moon in Scorpio, and it's a great time because it brings in focus and intensity. So now is a really good time to take some practical steps if you are, trying to get something off the ground. Take advantage of this opportunity to be able to go into that time right now. So I'm going to bring out, we have a variety of cards, and one is the earthly souls and spirits. So let's see, what is the information? And that was fun. Yeah, so beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing that out. Spontaneous. So it's asking you to kind of set things in motion. And what is spontaneity? It's really getting the fire going, right? So I feel like your reading number 1 is really talking about allowing these things to kind of get moving, right? Be spontaneous. If you've just met somebody and you've got a new passionate, maybe that's part of what's coming in for you right now, right? A new start. It could mean so many different things. So it's asking you, don't think about it too much. Just do it. Move forward. Enjoy the process. I'm going to bring this over here. A lot of similar energy. Isn't that funny? Because I wanted to bring this over here because I feel like it's grounding everything else. And now it's asking you to be mindful. So that feels like the opposite of what spontaneity is. So what's really interesting is that I feel like a lot of times, see how it says there's a win-win, there's a balancing. This kind of feel like balancing as well. Be spontaneous, but be mindful of how you're affecting people around you, or whether or not, you're bringing new people into the space, whatever it is. So they can kind of feel like they're opposing, but they're really not. And isn't this beautiful? So we have serenity, which is coming out right here next to this mindfulness. And they both have like this single person that they're confiding in, right? So we have these beautiful full moons that are represented at both of these. So it's asking you at this particular time to just be mindful and to take advantage of the times within this kind of fiery period, this fiery full moon, this budding, the flowering, to sit with things that bring you joy. And sometimes in this quiet space is when you have the opportunity to really sit with some of the ideas. They just kind of come to you, right? And that could also be what this spontaneity is as you're being in this mindful place, perhaps that some of these new spontaneous things will open up for you, right? So the ideas will start flowing in a really big way, which I think is very exciting. So it's so funny because I feel like there's a Kali message in here as well. And Kali is about, she's a bit of a, kind of a badass. She really is this Indian goddess who isn't afraid to, do what needs to be done. And I love this deck because a lot of times it offers some really interesting information. It says, in unusually challenging situations, the ways we have supported ourselves during more ordinary times are insufficient. We need to be open to divine inspiration, protection, and proceeding in new ways. Here's a portent or an omen of unexpected success. Even if everything appears to be going against you, the tide shall turn through divine grace. Wow, I really love that. So I feel like that's what, what's really beautiful is that I feel like during this time, and it's telling you that something is going to come in that's really unexpected, is that's exactly what you're going to need. You have a balancing of situations. So you feel like that may be something that is removed, being released. It could be as simple as there were, problems at work and now everybody kind of feels like they've worked it all out. Or it could be something that you've really been working on for years that is finally being resolved, allowing you to kind of start again and to get things going. So this mindful serenity, allowing this more spontaneity to be part of it, is saying that there is kind of something new that is coming in with this full moon, right? And I feel that with the Scorpio, and this whole month energetically has been, I think, very, very powerful. So let's go to, I just got a little dizzy. That's interesting. I wonder what that is. As I went to grab these beautiful cards here, it's like there's new energy, something that is going to, maybe this divine grace coming in is going to really kind of send you in a space that kind of feels like it can knock you off balance again. So interestingly, so this is card number 3, Armadillo Spirit, asking you to set clear boundaries. So one of the things around this crystal that you have in your reading, and this reading is very interesting because it kind of feels like it's a little bit all over the place right now. And I'm sure it'll come together once we get the tarot cards out here, because they usually kind of bring some of the loose ends together. So it's asking you to set clear boundaries. So when things have felt a little bit out of balance here, sometimes we can overcompensate in some areas. That's what I'm hearing. So it's telling you, as you move forward and new things start opening up for you, to also remember that it's very important for you to know your energetic boundaries. It's funny because this is Skunk Spirit, know your worth. Part of setting these clear boundaries is if you're thinking that other people are better than you, or more important than you, or smarter than you, or prettier than you, or more successful than you, or whatever. It's like you can sometimes give them, I feel like this light is not helping right here. You can give them more than they deserve. And in doing that is that you don't take care of yourself. And I have another oracle deck that in Skunk Spirit, it is all about the boundaries of understanding your value, but understanding how easy it is for, in skunk medicine, skunk has the ability to set up clear boundaries with its smell, or it can create a boundary that actually does not allow people to come forward because you've kind of, put too much protection around you. So there's something around it being a healthy protective boundary. And in doing that, the first step is knowing your own value, trusting in yourself, believing in yourself, not giving any one person more credit than they deserve, right? Because everybody has these beautiful I'm going to say gifts that they bring, which is very unique to each person. But it also, what it also is telling you is that they're not better than you. They just have different gifts. So know your worth, know your value. Don't be afraid to set up clear but healthy boundaries, and don't put, you know, roadblocks in front of people, you know, because you're in your head about, you know, maybe you're afraid of something. That's not a healthy boundary. Okay, so let's find out, like, what are the energies coming in? Because right now I'm feeling like there's some things that are going to be resolved for you at this time, creating an opportunity for you to move forward. And it's really asking for you to kind of step into a space that allows you to create practical steps moving forward. There could be a really wonderful opportunity, unexpected, that comes in. And that is also mimicking the spontaneity that's coming, asking something to be spontaneous, but also to feels like, you know, to kind of know your value, right? Know what's going on in your world. Don't stink it up with, you know, a bad attitude, but keep your full boundaries, especially if you've, you know, had to let some things go in the past that haven't felt very, very nurturing for you. So interesting. So the Seven of Wands is really about coming out of, in this particular reading, coming out of or feeling the need to protect yourself. And it's interesting that that's what's coming right next to these boundaries, and clear boundaries, and knowing your worth. The Seven of Wands is about, like, you could be receiving a lot of different people's energy around you. Isn't that funny? Because I was feeling a lot going on right now, reading number one, around you. In this reading, that's why I said it was kind of all over the place. And that's what the Seven of Wands represents, is a lot of different energies perhaps coming at you at one time. And so it feels a little bit unsettling. So know that you're not going crazy, that is what is exactly what's happening. But try not to get too caught up. Just know to set these clear boundaries, protect your own energy so that you can be mindful and set what you need to move forward, because the energies are balancing. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's telling me that there is going to be a shift, right? So some of these energies and all this stuff coming at you. So let's see what else we have here. There's the Wheel of Fortune could be like, one of the things here is that the tide is turning here, and divine grace is coming in, giving you something that you have needed. And I think in many ways it's a new start, and something to help you move forward with that, either ideas or people or something coming in. It could be finances. Let's keep going. Yeah, because look at this. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is around, you know, the possibility of some new financial way to make money, or something that brings you grounded. It could also represent like a new job or a new home or something, because the pentacles are around things that you're bringing in your day-to-day, every day-to-day experiences. And then we have, go back to wands again. And this is, it's very interesting, because this is the seven around being protected when there's lots of energy coming around you. And this takes a step back, saying that you will be like noticed and recognized. That's what this card is all about, is that you have all these people with you. So perhaps some of this, you know, energy that you find is very chaotic will kind of fall away a little bit, right? A balancing, something that allows, you know, through clear boundaries. Maybe there's only like one person that, when that person is plucked out of the mix, everything kind of smooths out. Because with the six, which is the lessening of this seven energy, it allows you to be seen and allows you to be elevated in some way, either if it's by you or by others being able to see you, and they really want to help moving forward, and they see the energy that you're bringing and what you have is valuable. And maybe you see it as well for the first time on some level. So let's see again what other, see if there's any more cards. Yeah. Oh, I love this. So more pentacles are coming out, and this is the King of Pentacles. So I do think that there is going to be possibly part of what, because it's coming right here under this, and then we have the Two of Pentacles, bringing this balanced energy back in again. So the King of Pentacles is around this stability. So it could be that when this new thing that comes into your world, stability is something that happens, and it happens by being able to balance with this win-win outcome. Perhaps it helps you balance the ideas with the ability to do it. Or, yeah, maybe I'll bring it over here. See if we have room for it. I'm trying to put it in a spot that makes it feel, isn't it funny? Because I think that everything happens for a reason in a reading. And so what this is telling me right now is that there's going to be some financial, some sort of resources that comes in. It could be people. Like I said, you could get the home. It could be exactly what you need. Maybe you have the idea that comes in after you've grounded the plan, set up clear boundaries, got rid of things that aren't working for you. This is a lot for a full moon. But I heard somewhere that it is a super moon, and this is exactly what these energies are about. Intensity. There's a lot of focus coming forward, passion, things happening. So this is a really strong moon for you to get things going in the direction that you want to, and to see things perhaps for the first time. And so when this comes in, I'm going to put this right here in the middle, because I feel like what happens is that it's going to allow you to see this versus that. It's going to allow you to be able to maybe for the first time, be able to, because we also have the Ace of Pentacles, right? Which said that you were going to begin again. And so it's kind of bouncing all over the place. It's telling that you're going to have, this is like the beginning, and this is the first card in the Pentacles and the last card in the Pentacles. And in the middle here, we have the second round. So what it feels like is, through all this shifting that's going on, is that something is going to come in through this new beginning, being able to see a shift in fortune, possibly new things coming in for you, setting up clear boundaries, this outcome that you've been waiting for. Everything is going to culminate together, and it's going to allow you to be able to open something up in a new way that I think is going to be very beneficial for you. But I think for the first time, maybe in a while, that you're going to feel really grounded in whatever it is that you're moving forward after a time that may have been a little bit unsettling. So thank you, reading number 1. I hope this resonates with you. I would love to hear from you. And if you're looking for a private or a personal reading, I have those available. Just follow the link below. So until next time, have a beautiful, magical full moon. All right, so reading number 1, as I was clearing everything away, so hear what I'm saying. As I was clearing everything away, there is another message. So what that says to me is that as everything starts like falling back into this balance, there is going to be something unexpected, like a secret or something. And look at that, new moon in Scorpio. So we are having a full moon in Scorpio. So perhaps at some point in this period between, we're going to say, this Scorpio full moon and this next new moon, that there could be something that pops up into your reality that causes you to fear something. Whether, you know, it could be any number of things, and only you'll know what resonates with you. It's asking you to make sure that you work through that. So that's kind of like your bonus message here, is don't allow the fears to get the best of you. This is a very tumultuous time in many ways energetically. Take a deep breath and work through whatever it is. There will be beautiful things for you coming up. So there you go. All right, welcome to your reading, pile number 2. And so we're going to set aside your tarot cards, and we're going to bring the first card in is oracle cards, and it is the Moonology deck. But first, let's take a look at this beautiful crystal that you chose to help bring you in. So this is a kyanite crystal. It's a very delicate crystal. It's got a lot of layers to it. So everything that I'm telling you has some sort of meaning, I feel like, for your message here. So this crystal is being held within the shell, which is something I plucked out of the ocean. in California. So it could have something to do with the moon. You could be hearing something about someone in California. I feel like there's a lot of blue energy. So I don't know if you're drawn to like blue light beings, or if you're like me and you're seeing these blue lights, and blue is a very strong, something that has been like popping in regularly in your world. But it could mean that there is some form of communication, because kyanite is around clear communication and speeding up like the process between links of things. So it could be that galactic information comes in, the blue beings. It could be that your voice opens up and that you can release some old emotions, causing you to feel like you can speak in a more fluid, calm, generous way. Or, maybe it's also helping you to make the link between some sort of communication that you want to be doing within the world, in your job, something like that. So there is something beautiful coming in for you. I feel like that has to do with communication or the processing between more than one thing. Yeah, okay, so this is very interesting because it's the first card that came out as well in reading number 1, and I shuffled it and put the cards back in a random order. So there is something that is being balanced for you. When I said that it was about bringing two things together, there is a scale on here, right? And these, whatever these two things are, is it's going to be a balancing, and it's going to feel like a win-win. Like perhaps that you have the money to start the business. It's a win-win because, you've always wanted to do this and now you feel like you can move forward. Or perhaps there's been something that's been a problem at the current job that you have, and it's finally being resolved in a way that everybody feels like they're good with it. It just really balances the energy out. So I also feel like there's a message from Kali. It seems like a lot. Let's see what we have here. I really feel like this one and this one, yeah, I feel like this one and this one is what wants to come out for you. So it's actually 3. And Kali, this is the first one. And isn't that beautiful? It looks like a birthing, or the ability for something new, which we were just talking about there. It's like it could be something new coming in. It says, no matter what you've done, no matter how many mistakes you've made, Kali is here for you always. Yours is the safety and sanctuary of her divine love. She is your soft place to fall, and your kindest and most enthusiastic advocate. So let her shift your experience from endless tasks and even greater expectations into sweet relief and comforting connections. So that's one of the things that we were talking about, is this could be the coming together of things, right? The balancing. So I feel like, yeah, that's really important for you to hear the message around that. Next, we have she is the rising sun, marking the ending of darkness and the replenishing of life force after illness or devastation. And she creates a clean slate, a win-win outcome. It's really interesting because this is what happened in a very different way for reading number 1. So you may be drawn to that, like the win-win outcome and the beginning of something new. She protects and preserves that which is worthy of your heart. She shines in a perpetual state of divine beauty and radiance, attracting us to the most supportive and honoring circumstances. So yeah, so there's something about this balancing energy that is going to make you feel maybe a little bit more held than you've normally felt. Like maybe you just really need support, and that's exactly what's coming in for you. Through the journey within, you will gain energy, insights, and freedom from the constraints of what has been. That's exactly what these are saying. No matter what has been going on in your world, is that now you're going to be held, and that there are these new opportunities and new beginnings for you. Okay, so it says, allow that which needs to end to do so. You shall release that you shall realize that you are not being denied, but released. There is something new on the horizon for you. Honor your losses, but keep hope in your heart. So yeah, so it's interesting because all of these things are coming to this space, and I'm really struggling with this light here today. I'm not sure why. All of these things are coming into, I feel like, a time where something at this time is really being let go. And there is going to be something that's speeding up the process between things, which is going to create either clearer ways of thinking or communicating, and a release of any old blocked emotions. I really feel this very strongly for you. So I'm kind of feeling like right now we're going to call in these beautiful earthly souls and spirits. This is a moon oracle that I wanted to bring in. Really beautiful. Oh, right. So look at this. So it's asking you to have the confidence. Like, what is it that is going on? And sometimes when we've had a lot of things that have happened in our world, maybe I should show you this a little bit closer. It's like, have the confidence. You know, all these cats that are around her are there because, you know, they love and believe in her. And that's what I'm feeling like. It's like you have a lot of people around you. So don't underestimate what is coming in for you at this time, because I feel like there is, you know, that's what some of this is saying, is that you need to be nurtured and held. And that, you know, it doesn't matter what's happened in the past. The past is the past unless you drag it forward with you. And there's no need to do that. So it says the ending of darkness and the replenishing of life force after something that has been somewhat challenging or possibly really devastating. So I feel that you could really use some wisdom of the elders, which is this beautiful card. Oh, I love this card, because look at that. That's exactly what it's saying that you need, is support. There's a lot of love and support around you right now. And if you don't feel it right now, I feel like that's exactly what you're stepping into. That's where this Devi Ma Kali was, is that let her shift your experiences from these endless tasks and expectations into sweet relief and comforting connections. Protect, preserve, allowing, you know, the replenishment that you need. That's what I'm hearing over and over again. Something very, very strong and nurturing coming into your world right now. So we're going to go to your tarot deck, but right now I'm going to ask the animals if they have something for you. Oh, look at this. Turn knowledge into wisdom. So this is wolf spirit, and I always find wolf spirit to be like almost like dog spirit, but on a, you know, an even grander scale, because they're a little bit more of a wild spirit, right? But this wolf spirit in a lot of decks represents the teacher. And so that could be something that's coming in for you, is that wolf spirit there could be a teacher that comes to you, or a knowing part of this full moon that we're asking what is coming in, what are the energies coming in for you right now, because it is such an intense full moon, is that there is an opportunity for you to like see something for the first time, or to secrets that were being, you know, kept or held, that there's a new awareness around these things. But wisdom is about embodying that. So it could also mean that you're doing practices that help you to ground in and to, you know, have the confidence to move forward and to really feel like you've got some deep wisdom. Wow, that was so weird. I don't know if you saw that, but this grouping of cards kind of did a complete turn. So I'm kind of excited to see what these cards are bringing forward, and then we'll look at your tarot cards. Wow, whale spirit, trust in the mystery. You gotta love that. It's card number 65. Oh, there's 5. I've been seeing 5 so much, and 5 cards represent to me a big change. So trust in the great mystery. Have confidence as you're moving forward. Transformation is available. This is card number 11. And through this balancing and all of this support that you're going to get, that's really interesting, right? Is that when we feel supported, we have what we need to really transform, right? It's the times when you feel a little rocky. Sometimes you don't necessarily feel like it's safe to do that. Wow, really great cards coming out. Now we have Spider Spirit, and she's upside down. So it's asking you to make your dreams real. And because it was upside down, really focusing on the spider here, not so much what she's created. I feel like that's something that's going to be really important for you, is for you to dive in to creator mode on some level, okay? So keep that in mind, that there is something really wanting to be birthed. And the last two cards, embrace the in-between and be at home. So I feel like the trust in the great mystery and this beautiful card number 26 about embracing the in-between is kind of saying the same thing, that there are phases as we move from one thing to the other, as we transform. It's part of the transformation process. Is there's a little bit of a tricky phase, which I feel like you're in right now, is that everything is, you know, coming into be. It's not quite here yet. Have confidence, move forward. Things are balancing. You're going to be held. You're going to be protected. I feel like a teacher or a teaching is coming in for you to be able to see things in a new way. But as this is moving into your world, make sure that you embrace where you are. They, you know, I've heard over and over again that it's not about where you're going, it's about the journey. And then we have Wombat Spirit. And it's asking you to be at home with where you are, that in-between state that you're in right now. It's asking you to kind of be aware that that is also a place, even though it may feel a little rocky or a place that you don't want to be necessarily all the time. Right now, it's asking you to embrace it and to breathe into it. And that's also going to be what helps shift you forward, is how stable that you can feel during these kind of times that don't quite feel so stable. So yeah, look at this. So this is the card of stability. This is the Four of Wands. And this is bringing in and reiterating this Scorpion fire energy that's coming in for you as you kind of embrace this. Know that this is what's coming forward, that this energy of stability is going to allow, in the beginning, I felt like one of the things that the Cullinane was bringing us is the speeding up of the process between two things. And as you can see here in this card, you have these two crows coming together for something. So I feel like that coming together energy in this is going to help you transform from this in-between state into where that you're heading. And so let's see, can we get more information for reading number 2? Okay, so we have a couple of cards. We're going to look at this, another 4. And this is that state of being able to rest into the space that you're in. Now, this is around communication. So it's kind of asking you to kind of quiet your mind a lot. We can get caught up in this kind of needing to do all kinds of things. And it's asking you to just put that down a little bit. This is around the passionate doing. This is around the voice and the communication. So it's asking you to kind of rest for a minute. Maybe, let's see what the other two cards. So I'm asking if they're supposed to be upside down or if they're supposed to be right side up. And I'm hearing that they are supposed to be kind of read in both ways. We have the 8 of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Or sorry, the 7 of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. And this is around being able to look at what you've done, where you've gone. So this crow is sitting above, up high, and he's sitting atop what he's done, right? So some of the choices that he's made, the money that this is about tangible things in your life. So it's going to allow you to kind of see things from a different perspective, right? To be able to look at things about what you've done, where you're at. But because it's also in reverse, I feel like if you get in your head too much, you can kind of gum up like what you're really seeing. Allow yourself to step in and be supported at this time. I think the importance about this turning knowledge into wisdom is about learning some of the things that we've done in the past that haven't worked. When you do them again and again and again, that's not wisdom. That's you continuing to do the same thing because you haven't learned the thing that the whole experience was there to teach you. So I feel like that it's being read a little bit in both ways because it's asking you to be aware that you can sometimes get in your head and it can create some mishaps, and you don't want to go over the same thing again and again. So the Knight of Swords again. So this is around this communication that it's asking you to kind of quiet your mind. And I think it's asking you to quiet your mind and not get too ahead of yourself here in whatever it is that you're going in, is because the Knight energy is it's the fastest moving energy in the deck. And the Knights are around moving forward and having something that needs to happen. You have these smaller birds in here that are kind of hanging out. This little yellow warbler around there could be bringing in something very important, a piece of information that you're not quite, that you didn't quite know. That's part of what this Scorpion moon is bringing in. It could reveal secrets, and it can release blocked emotions and create the process of linking things together. So I feel like there's a piece of information that is coming in that you don't quite see yet, which is why we're going to put it sideways like this. So don't, it's asking you when you see something or when you hear something, information to come in, there's something hidden within it, and there's a deep message in there. So allow that to be received. So lastly, we have the Three of Wands, more of this fire energy, telling you that this is going to be a time for you to really shift your perspective. It's going to allow you. So this crow has not moved forward yet. He's got the mountains over here, which is the wisdom around this wolf spirit and teaching. This little sun is illuminating things, allowing you to see some of the things. And this fire energy is allowing you to move forward. That's what this Three of Wands card is. A lot of times it's a man holding a wand. He's made his decision. He's going to move forward, but he hasn't quite moved there yet. And that's what this card is suggesting, is that as you figure these little things out, and it could be possibly after you've heard some tidbit of information. I know that this feels like a little bird, and then I think that's part of it, is that this information that you're going to get may seem like not much, but it's going to really propel you forward and perhaps give you the step that you need to move forward. Because lastly, that is what this Knight energy is all about, being able to step into this passionate moving forward, really move with an open heart, where you feel like you're being supported and you're finally going in the right direction. So allow yourself to be held, because some of what's happening here is this clean slate, fresh start. Have the confidence. There's a balancing happen. There's something that is going to be revealed to you. And in this big reveal, in this transformation process, so, some of the things are going to be quite small, but very profound as you move forward in your reading, in your world. And if you have felt like you haven't had the support that you've needed, this reading is telling you that you will have that. You may be feeling it already. I hope so. So thank you so much, reading number 2, for being here. I hope you enjoyed the message. And if you're looking for a private reading, I do have those available on my calendar, and I'd love to read for you. So follow the link below. And until next time, have an amazing full moon. Bye now. All right, welcome to your reading, pile number 3. So very exciting readings. We're looking at what are the energies for you right now at the full moon. And so this full moon period, as I mentioned in the opening, is that it's a very intense full moon. So meaning that there will be different focuses that are brought in that could create a passion, could reveal secrets, could just really fire you up to move in a direction that you've been wanting to go in. And we're going to put your tarot cards aside, because we'll bring those in for clarity at the very end. But the first thing I wanted to bring in is this clear quartz crystal cluster. So as you sit with this, there's these beautiful rods here. There's so much going on in this crystal. And clear quartz is a beautiful crystal that's very widely available. And so I think that's part of your message is that one of the things we know about clear quartz is that it amplifies any other crystal that you have around, but it also can amplify your intentions. It's something that you want to bring into your day-to-day. You could have a clear quartz bracelet or a necklace, because they're so easily found. and it can help amplify your intentions. But also know that because it amplifies things, that if you are having a bad day and you're wearing your clear quartz, it can amplify that for you as well. So part of being in right relationship with this energy is understanding that it can amplify any energy that you're sitting within, but it can also help you clear your mind. So if that's something, but you have to take the time to sit and kind of, I feel like you can program all these crystals. It's like there's clarity around them, but because they amplify, they can amplify and strengthen your aura. It can help you reveal something that you've been looking for. It can help you amplify another, like if you're needing more communication, you can bring in another crystal, then it like doubles it. If you're looking for more meditation skills, you can use this because it'll help with that clear direction. So because it's such a universal crystal, and what's really interesting, I don't know if you can see this here, but there's a little rainbow energy that I'm catching right in the middle. So it's funny because that's what I feel like, is that the message for you is there's something hidden within the middle of all of these like energies that are swirling around you that could be the rainbow that opens everything up for you. So, but you're going to have to set down and kind of clear things away a little bit and sit with that kind of energy. So the first card that I'm going to bring out now is a Moonology, the Moonology deck, and ask for information for you reading number 3 to start off your reading. So it says, be bold and make the first move, right? So this is the full moon, and it's called the flower moon or the budding moon. And they call it that because in May, it's after the showers, right? And you can start really seeing the buds or the flowers appear. And when that happens, you know that the thing that's going to happen is something is really going to bloom into something. So this kind of reiterates that, is that if you're moving into something, it's important for you to be aware that your energies and your clear intentions, emotions are running high with a supermoon. Yeah. So it's saying, that's exactly what I heard, is that this is a supermoon. So be aware of that. So it's asking you on one level to be bold, not be afraid, but be aware that there's a lot of energy and you're not the only one feeling it. And so things can get very, very intense as you move into the, so are you looking at a project that you're wanting? I feel like this one kind of opened and like it popped open. So I think that's one of the cards for you. Let's see if there's anything else from this Kali. So Kali is, yeah, there's one more for you. Yeah, so the first one that opened up here, this, oh, I love, look at this. So a lot of times, most of the cards here are revealing a person. So because both of these are revealing some sort of symbolism, like the lotus flower, which rises from adversity, and this one, which feels like the Om and ancient symbols around, like this looks like a, you know, fire planet, fire symbol, and it tells me that the card preceding it was around very high emotions, is that something is really going to kind of bubble up for you this month. Let's see what this card says. It's Guna Tantrika. It takes strength of spirit not to override inner knowing with social pressures or an inhuman expectation for constant performance. Trust in the shifting cycles to give yourself what you need for well-being. No being benefits when you are at odds with yourself. You have the inner power and capacity to be at peace within your being now. So I'm going to put this one over here because I feel like it's asking you to make the first move, but do it from a place of deep integrity and being aware of why you're making that move. What is it that's drawing you forward? This one says, relief shall come swiftly. Soon you will see things differently. You are going to be liberated from the struggle you are currently experiencing. So I feel like this has been part of each one of the readings that we've had. It says, be true to yourself in your life path and you will attract the way forward. You will overcome all opposition, be released into improved circumstances, and be supported to bring your sacred path to fruition. So there's something about this move that you're going to be making And it could, you know, I'm not sure if that resonates with you. Stick with the reading because it could reveal something that maybe you've been considering and you're just not quite there yet. Because it's saying that as you make this move, know that it could be like really like there could be a lot of stress around some things, and other people may not appreciate like what it is that you're wanting to do, which is why I think this be true to yourself and your own life path. Because when you try to, you know, please everybody else, you walk away from the most important person, which is yourself. And I feel like that's very, very important for you right now, for you to understand that your truth is the most important truth right now. And yeah, wisdom. So what is wisdom? Wisdom is something that you gain through experience, and it's telling you that you have the wisdom to move forward. And sometimes what you want to do is that you really want to, you know, make everybody happy, and you can't. It'll never happen that way. And a lot of times when you try to make everyone else happy, you end up being incredibly unhappy. So it's funny because this card doesn't look very hopeful, does it? She looks just a little bit of like she's lost everything. So I don't know if that's been part of your world, because it's very interesting. These cards to me, and I haven't noticed it, they're very simple. Like these were very simple images, not simple, but very like images that were, you could focus just on those, not lots of things going on around it. It is what it is kind of situation. All right, I had to pause the video and sneeze. So I feel like there's some sort of clearing out maybe in your awareness that needs to happen for you to be able to step in, because these people are kind of by themselves, and these images I feel like are really focusing on a single person here, which is what I was trying to say these were. They're like focusing, these are just single like focuses, and it just feels void of all the messiness sometimes of a lot of images that, you know, are very like have a lot of detail in them. And maybe that's who you are. Maybe you're one of these people that really needs things to be really clear. You need things not to be messy. You don't need a lot of information. You want concise information. Too much information is just always too much, perhaps, in your world. Because we have hope and wisdom here, it's telling you that there is wisdom again in being true to yourself on your life path, because you have the experience. Only you have the experience that you need to move forward and to trust in the shifting cycles to give you what you need for well-being. So keep that in mind as you move forward. So I'm going to also grab the energy here of the animal spirit. We have these beautiful animal spirit cards here. Let's see, for reading number 3. Okay. Ooh, time to heal. So you have this beautiful snake spirit with 55. And 55, it is, the full moon is in the month of May. It is the 5th year. And yeah, so one of the things that the full moon does is it illuminates things, right? And so you could be seeing something in a completely new way. That's part of what it is like secrets can come out, and it can give you this opportunity to be able to heal. I'm really feeling like this energy is something that needs to come over here as part of this like hope. Maybe you've been through some things and you just don't always see like how things are going to move forward. So both of these cards are upside down, which is very interesting. This crow spirit, which I feel like brings in a lot of magic, it's asking you to co-create with spirit. So these are all, in my mind, I love all animals, but these are very, very powerful. Each one of these. You have this cobra here that almost looks like it is a dragon spirit as well. That's a very, very powerful spirit in many traditions around healing and empowerment. So I feel like you have what it takes you have the wisdom that it takes to heal. Then you have Crow Spirit, which is around sacred law and understanding the laws of the universe and how things work. You have these 7s here and the 5s over here. And then you have this beautiful Fox Spirit, which is, I think, especially red fox, is this beautiful magical animal. And it says it's asking you to kind of think on your feet. And all that means is that take the wisdom that you already have. Like there's a lot I feel like that's happened in your life, and that you probably have some beautiful connections already with animals. If you don't, you can dive in and pull some of this snake spirit energy. It is the year of the snake. I am snake energy. So if you were born at this time, this is bringing you this transformative energy or transmutation, creating something out of nothing, like creating a complete transformation in where you are. And Crow Spirit, I've been seeing tons of crows there. That's another energy that you can call in for co-creation with spirit and this beautiful sacred law and energy that you have around you. And this, we'll see. I'm going to read the tarot cards right now to see what that energy is bringing out for you around thinking on your feet. You may understand what that means, because here again, it's saying be bold and make the first move. So it could be saying like, don't think about something too much, because maybe there's an opportunity, because there's a lot of people vying for the same thing. And it's asking you to make sure that you can allow movement around that. So these are your tarot cards coming in. So the first thing that we have here is the Two of Swords. So when you've had a lot of adversity, things that have happened in your life, sometimes we protect our heart by creating like almost like a blockage for us to really see or feel, better yet, the things that are in the opportunities. So when we miss those opportunities, it's like when we're able to really deeply feel into things, it's part of our intuition. The swords are around communication. And I feel like there's a bit of a crossroads happening right now. And there's going to be, through the healing and the ability to kind of trust where you're going. And that is what this is, trust in the shifting cycles, know being benefits when you are at odds with yourself. So you have the inner power and capacity to be at peace right now around something. So this is kind of either another representation of this crossroads energy, because it typically, what is a crossroad? A crossroad is when you have to make a decision to go right or left. There is that cross point right in the middle where the two roads meet. And it changes the perspective of everything. It changes the trajectory of where you're going. And there are no wrong roads. It's just one is going to take you in, perhaps a direction that seems a little bit more sacred and supportive, and one will take you back into more lessons and things. And I feel like right now, isn't this interesting? Because we have yet again what feels like the change point. So the Four of Wands is around being able to be a lot of times it looks like a marriage, right? Because a marriage represents stability of things coming together. And so this Four of Wands, I feel like, just like this card, is showing, it's interesting because all of these, everything in your reading feels very direct and to the point. And that's what this is that there is some decision that you're going to make that is going to create a little bit more stability in your life. And it's going to allow you to focus on something perhaps in a new way, because new things are coming into you right now. And I feel like maybe this, co-creating with spirit is something that just feels a little too out there, but I think it's something that's really needed right now at this time. So yeah, so we have the Five of Pentacles, which is coming out. And as you can see, the hands are empty here because this is generally a time of loss where you need things to come in. So I'm not seeing this so much as loss, but I'm seeing this as you needing something that is coming in. And then look at another two energy here. And this 2 energy is bringing in this energy of balancing. Again, like we were talking about here, this crossroads energy. And it's bringing in something that, you know, there's a lot of cross points that are being represented here, because there's something about crossroads that's really big in this reading right now. There are 2 hands being presented here. There are 2 windows being presented here. And then there are these, you know, 2 wands coming on the lower half, 2 wands on the upper. It's like there's something that really needs to come together for you. And I love that the snake energy is coming out for you one more time, asking you to really recognize this time right now of healing as it being very, very important. And I think this could be around this energy of the heart, or perhaps where you felt like you just never had enough. Because we have the Tower card coming in here, the Tower is around major shifts, is that this thing that's happening to you, this is the messiest card, I feel like, in your whole reading here. It's the one card that has a lot going on, right? It has not only the fire, but it has the water, it has the lightning, and it has the representation of what the different, to me, this is the way I'm reading it, is there are layers to all of our consciousness. And this is kind of the emotional side and the fire side. And this is the wisdom, like the things that you have achieved in your life. And that all of it is coming into question right now. All of it is going to kind of fall apart a little bit. And then in the end, you're going to see what was really true for you, what is still true for you after the ending of all of this is, after all of this comes to be, right? And I feel like lastly, what I'm going to do is we're going to grab the wisdom of the elders. I feel like for your final card here, because you have a lot of things that are going to be ending. And this is a time when it needed to end, right? That's what the Tower card is. Not some little shakeup. It's a lot of times the falling of everything, but it leaves you at a space that allows you to move forward. So with, again, more beautiful divine energy and great spirit from the polar bear here. 12 is the day of the full moon. So I feel like on the full moon, if things are falling apart and you're feeling a little bit more vulnerable, know that you are protected. Call in the spirits of a totem animal, which could be polar bear energy, fox, any of these energies, whatever you're feeling. Listen to your heart, because that is exactly what you need to have right now coming in for you. And then set some clear intentions about where you want to go, what you want to bring forward, because planting seeds of intention helps you clarify to the universe and to yourself where it is you're going and what it is that you want to do as you move past this kind of time where it's really a bit of a shakeup, right? The time to heal is now. That's what, you know, this energy is around, where this is right in the middle of your reading. Again, more 5 energy, 5 energy. It's telling you that this is what is really needing, is this giant shakeup and change that is happening for you right now. It's happening for you, not to you. So keep that in mind, that you are divinely guided and protected. And if you feel like at any point that things are just getting a little bit too uncomfortable for you to bear, you have the inner power and capacity to be at peace within your being right now, and just allow, you will overcome all opposition. That's again right here in the middle, and everything will be released into improved circumstances, and you'll be supported to bring your sacred path to fruition. You're being supported divinely by animal spirits and the sacredness of who you are and what this life is bringing to you. So this moment is a very powerful time for you, reading number 3. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you and to be part of it today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you would like a private reading or something more personal, as this is, you know, bringing in collective energy here, reach out to me. I'd love to give you a private reading. So until next time, I hope you have a beautiful full moon week. And until next time, enjoy all of this. I feel like I want to throw you like a life raft before I leave. That's kind of what I'm feeling, but I don't think you need it because you have the protection. So yeah, until next time, take care of yourself. Bye now.